me and some of you ask already him, but about him. And I know he's new to Christian life and to Christianity. And I would like to hear just maybe a short testimony how he came to the Lord. And maybe some of you didn't make decision to follow Christ. I just want to listen to a person who found Jesus when his life was very tough. So, all right, I'm going to ask some questions. He's going to answer from you. Just tell us, could you tell our friends where he was born and so forth? What city? Where is it?
Originally, I'm from Ukraine, from Western Ukraine, but I used to study in Kiev for the last 4 years before I came to US, and I got really good experience, playing in Ukraine. I used to study music school, college, university, and these crazy Russian teachers.
And I just want to tell you, it's totally different environment when you study over there. Could you share a little bit?
Yeah, like I have some students too, and some kids from Russia, Ukraine, and I'm telling them, you're lucky I'm not teaching like I got to school before, because I will go to jail.
Yeah, they can literally, scream on you if you're doing something.
Into like a couple of years, you will not want to, play violin or even just sleep. It's really, I don't know, it's really, sometimes it makes you lose the passion. But I'm in US right now, so I get good experience. It's really funny.
Okay, how many years you studied to play?
Almost 20 years. I used to work in some orchestras in Ukraine and here in the US, the Symphony Orchestra. I used to live in Wisconsin for a couple of months too. But now just, when I moved to Minnesota, I found God, and it just changed my life totally. Because usually when your life is good and financially and your health, you don't really think sometimes about what you have and about God. But when everything breaks, your fake friends, don't really help you, and just you lost your job and your family now outside the world. And so if you put all the problems together, it just crash it. And at this time, I just came to church. I work and I go to live and work Christian center. It's really, it's my second home. I just found myself, and I found God's there.
Thank you. I just let you know, is any one of you from other country where you live, like you're immigrants? Could you raise your hand? Wow, a lot. Wow, a lot of people. So you, who was born here, I just want to tell you, it's a different when you come here and there's no one to talk. Actually, you don't know your language, and I just want to share this quick story. I remember how it was my first funny experience to call to the clinic, and I remember my wife has a problem, and I called to the clinic and said, and I knew that lady, African American, nicest lady, she's so sweet, and she said, hello. I said, I need to make an appointment. And she said, what's the problem? But my English so bad, I couldn't explain what the problem is. I said, my wife has a problem. She said, what problem? And literally, my wife has a, little piece of vein, just kind of, and she feels not comfortable. But I didn't know how to explain vein. Listen what I said. I said, well, my wife has a, pipe inside the body, and it's a problem, She said, pipe? What kind of pipe? I said, just a pipe? I have no idea what pipe is. So, and she said, I don't know what kind of doctor she needs. I said, and we talked, and then I said, ma'am, you too have a pipe. She said, you don't know me. I said, yes, I know you. I saw you over there. You're just normal person. You problem. So, and then I finally said, okay, I found another word. It's a tube. And now it's get tough. She was quiet, and she said, yes, you really need help. I said, absolutely.
I got similar story when I came to US. I didn't speak English, you know, it was really crazy time. But I came to McDonald's, and people who are from Russia or Ukraine, you know, when you go to McDonald's, you say "kartoshka free," and when you translate this, it means like potato. But I didn't know free, so I just said, came to me, give me a potato free, and so I'm like, man, nobody will give you a potato for free in the US. that was really. And I got so many stories from my friends, like I told before.
And by the way, that lady, she said, before she said, well, in a month, you know, she's supposed to wait in a month. And when I said, a tube, she said, tomorrow, you know, tomorrow. When I brought my wife to the clinic, and doctor said, what the tube, the problem, you know. And he looked and said, there is Tylenol, thank you. That was fun.
And one of my friends, they came to St. Petersburg, and they had a little kid, like a couple of years old, and daughter, she was speaking Russian, and they were in store, and this kid was with them, and she saw some like toys, and she said, in Russian, like if you wanna give it to me, you say "дай," and with some nice people around, and this little kid like with a finger like "дай." Like, what? How is this little angel? Why? It was like "дай," but she was saying in Russian, "Give it to me," but people saw like she was putting somebody else, like you said, "You die."
Yeah, that's our life, you know. Still, you know. Is Barrett here?
Yes.
No. Okay. It was. Okay. If he's gonna kill me. I will tell you your staff story. Okay, your church staff story. One day before staff meeting, you know, I came to the Pastor Barrett, and he was sitting, and you know, American men, I should say, they don't wear socks, you know. In many cases, you know. Right? So I don't know why, and Barrett didn't in that morning. He didn't. It was shoes. I mean, nice shoes, leather shoes, no socks. And by the way, I tried, and it was the morning. I tried with my wife. She asked me to go to the mall, and I did without socks. I almost took it off because it was so not nice experience. But anyway. But I was sitting. Barrett was ready to go to, you know, the staff meeting, and I was sitting like that, and I looked at his food and I said, Barrett, there is no sex again. He said, what? I said, again? He said, how do you know? I said, I can see it. That would get him crazy. Victor, I said, what? There is no sex again, right? Look at me. Oh, thank you. So that's our language. I mean, I'm sorry for my, you know, breaking.
From music to socks,
So that's funny, but I want to tell you, I want to thank you, Pastor Mark, and you, as a church. You opened your heart, your church for us. About 3 years ago, we started Slavic ministry here, and today we almost packed that building. It was packed, you know, almost few maybe seats, and it's about 130 seats over there. It was so good, and people come. And by the way, just pray. We have 3 people potentially to baptize next Sunday. We want to thank. I know you, Taras, that you went through really tough time here and came like a musician, you know, with no money, with no car, with nothing. And tell a little bit how God has helped you, как Бог помог тебе, как Он продолжает тебе помогать.
You know, like I said, Pastor Victor, purchased, when I came to US I had only violin, $300, no connections, no language, it was really hard. So I came to maybe somebody who was in Wisconsin Dells. It's like roller coasters, rides for kids. So it was my first American job. And then I was working a little bit, saved some money, and I got some competition to orchestra, and I moved to lacrosse. And step by step, I mean, without God, everything was, just going through, big depression, and everything's just so hard. And like I said, Minnesota, I just started my life from zero because I had some problems. I lost my job, and I used to work in some transportation. I wasn't a full-time musician like right now because it's really hard. It took me time to learn the language and get some connections, and I lost my job, and everything started breaking, and I had some problems with my family, and just I was in a really big depression, and my life was really just not interested for it's like no reason for living, and I just came to church and I started praying. And I started praying with one of the pastors in Millward, and I still didn't have any job and anything, any financial support, but I just started going to church and put all my problems, everything, just in God's side, because and I didn't tell my family too about that, because they will be really worried about, every time I come home, everything is okay, I'm good, and she said, do you have a job? And yeah, I'm fine. So, because I really love my family, and I don't want to, make them worry about me a lot, because they will not be able to come here, this immigration law, and it takes time to bring family sometimes for a while, but when I found God, my life just started changing really quickly, they want me to play in a band, and it's totally different in community. Christians are so nice, and when you come from a different world, just playing in some like bars and restaurants like before, it was like country bands, and it's just everything's so changed. People are so nice, and everybody's so friendly. I can say it's my second family, second home in church, and they really support me, and not only financially, just
emotionally,
yeah. It's in a hard time, and every day, just every time when I'm spend time with God and praying, I just feel more stronger, and it's really.
And I just wanted to let you know, we were driving from service to our house, and he said, what a friendly church. And thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to tell you, it means so much for people, for immigrants. Because especially when you come to the church and feel welcome and loved and encouraged, thank you, that church who is, willing to love so much. Thank you for that. He played in the big stages over there in Europe, and he's still humble. He don't have those, like stars in his eyes, something like, famous or something. But he loves the Lord, and he dedicated his life to Him. And of course, to come here, it was cost for him. And he didn't ask for anything. He said, I want to play for church, I want to praise God, and we're not going to pay him. He said, no, I'm not. But I know we were willing to give love offering. If we could do that, I would ask, is there any friends, our brothers, prepared to do a love offering? Alex and other people, Luke, could you help, please? We could do it. Yeah, thank you. So, and whatever God wants, put in your heart, just we could invest in His ministry, and He's going to travel and help. By the way, next Sunday, He's going to play. We as a Slavic ministry, we're helping to open a new church in Orlando, Florida.